Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got more Rage of the Abyss news. This has actually been like a really insane week for news. I'm stoked about it. I hope to keep it going through tomorrow, maybe even Friday. I will keep you posted on anything there. But today we're looking at brand new Bandit Keith cards, like Metalmorph cards, which is kind of insane. Just definitely didn't see this coming. In fact, I almost feel like these cards feel more like a legendary duelist pack type of support, or even like cover support, right? If they wanted to make like it Bandit Keith based, I could see that. But here we are, and the first card's actually a Red Eyes card. So let's take a look here. This is Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. Obviously has that vibe, definitely. From when Bandit Keith and Joey dueled each other, I believe. I don't remember it that well. Whatever. Fill me in the comments. Alright, this is a level 8 Dark Machine monster. 3,400 attack, 2,400 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned with Enhanced Metalmorph. Activated by tributing a level 5 or higher dragon monster. Okay, I guess we'll find out what Enhanced Metalmorph does later. 2 hard ones per turn effects on this card. The first effect reads, you can reveal this card in your hand as cost to set one Metalmorph trap directly from your deck, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. Okay, that's kind of nice. Like when you read this first portion of this card's effects, and then it's basically just all restrictions. I was just kind of like, so it doesn't summon itself. It needs to be summoned by something else. But the fact that it also seems to potentially get the engine started. Don't know what that trap does yet, but we'll see as we get closer to that. So hopefully that Enhanced Metalmorph card is pretty nice. We'll see. The second effect, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate that activation. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of one of their attack position monster's original attack. Okay, Omni Negate and a burn, not too shabby. Cool. I mean, you get him out, really big body, Omni Negate, and also drawing was not even that bad, even though he doesn't do anything to summon himself. I think that's a decent card here. Depends how good the trap cards are, though. Next up here we have Metalzoa X. Awesome to see these guys. The Zoa monsters. These are cool. Alright, this is 3,000 attack, 2,300 defense, level 8 Dark Machine, of course. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned with Enhanced Metalmorph, activated by tributing a level 5 or higher Fiend monster. Huh. Okay. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn. So Fiends and Dragons. Well, we've been getting a lot of Fiend support over the last couple of years, so there's definitely some pieces there. First effect is a hard one's turn. The second one is not. You can reveal this card in your hand to set a Metalmorph trap directly from your deck, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. Same exact effect. That's kind of nice, though, that they're both just like decent to draw. I think there's 2 traps here. Yeah, there's 2 traps here. I hope they're both Metalmorph traps, and that they're both good. So that way if you open, like, for example, both of these cards, they can, like, both get you one, and it's, like, good either way. Alright, second effect. Up to twice per turn, when your opponent activates a spell, card, or effect, or a monster effect, quick effect, target a face-up monster they control, destroy it. Not a great effect here, but it's not terrible. I think it's like held up a little bit by the fact that it's twice per turn. If this was just once per turn, this would be a super middling interaction. But I think the fact that it's twice per turn does make it harder to deal with, because this effect is pretty easy to play around, but when you have to deal with 2 of them, it can definitely be a little bit more annoying. It's even twice per turn, not even twice per chain, theoretically, so that's kind of cool. And it's a when effect, so it responds directly to the activation of the card activating, whether it's a spell or a monster. That's definitely not bad at all. I can actually see this card's actually fine, and he's 3,000. Yeah, not bad to draw. Yeah, decent card. All right, next up we move here into our lower level monsters. This one here is your regular Fiend Beast Zoa. So this is a level 5 or higher Fiend. This may be the card that can give you your tribute for your Metalzoa X up above. Okay, 2,600 attack, 1,900 defense. You can only use the second and third effect of this card once per turn. Here's his artwork. He looks a little too nubile for my liking. I don't know, just a little too naked looking. I don't know. All right. The second and third effects, hard ones per turn. If your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Okay. It's pretty terrible summoning condition, to be honest. Your opponent has to control a monster. This deck is all about setting traps. We're not wanting to go second. Whatever. If this card is in your hand, you can special summon it in defense position. Then, if you do not have enhanced Metalmorph in your graveyard, your opponent can special summon one monster from their hand. Interesting. And during your main phase, you can set a Metalmorph trap directly from your deck. Dang, the whole deck just be setting Metalmorphs straight from the deck. Again, none of these cards really mean anything to me until we actually see what the Metalmorph traps do, but interesting. I don't love this effect at all, honestly. I mean, think about, like, right now. You go against Snake Eye. You use this effect, and your opponent is able to summon Ash on your turn, summon Poplar on your turn, just get, they get their advantage train rolling so early. That seems so bad. So, yeah, I don't love that, but I don't know. Maybe it's really easy to get enhanced Metalmorph engrave already. This guy's not my favorite at all. Like, his summoning condition doesn't help unless you're going second. This deck doesn't seem to really want to go second because it's trap based, so that's just way too slow. And the second effect that kind of works around his summoning condition in the first effect lets your opponent get their engine started on your turn. It's so bad. That's really, really rough. Okay. All right. Next up. Final monster here. This is Metal Copycat. He's cool. He's an illusion monster. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. At first it said Metal Illusionist. I thought it was an illusion. It's actually a spellcaster. Level 1 light spellcaster. 0 attack, 0 defense. First and third effects are hard once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can set one Metalmorph trap directly from your deck. Then, if you have enhanced Metalmorph in your graveyard already, you can draw one card. Whoa, just engaging here? We're just engaging? We're like searching and drawing, but takes some setup. What I would assume to be a little tougher setup than normal. Unless, maybe it's a trap that can be like Trap Chick's Holusha or Phantom Knight's Shade Brigandine. Maybe there's something that can activate the turn it's set. That would maybe make this a lot easier to work, but we'll see. This card's level is increased by 4 during your opponent's turn only. Huh? Ah, okay. Third effect. You can declare one monster type. This card becomes that type until the end of your opponent's turn. Okay, this card's pretty nice. I'm not going to lie, right? This effect's just good. It's a +1. It's actually a normal summon for the deck. Now, I'm wondering how redundant all of these cards are, because I don't believe any of the old Metalmorph cards are going to be good enough to see play in modern day. I don't remember exactly how they work, but I thought they, like, equip to a monster, and then while they're equipped to it, it like gains a certain attack or something, but it's nothing like crazy. It's like a Fiendish Chain, or not a Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain is way better than that. What's a Kunai with Chain, kind of, just like a stat booster. Nothing crazy though. But I have to go back and read them just to make sure. But his level gets increased by 4, so he's actually a level 5 monster on your opponent's turn. So that way, when you tribute him off of, I'm assuming, the traps, you can summon out Metalzoa X or your Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, because you can declare whichever one you want, Dragon or Fiend, and be able to get him either way. So that's pretty cool. Nice. All right, spell. Let's see how this card goes. This is Approaching Machine. Nice. This is a normal spell. You can activate the second effect once per turn. Add one monster that mentions Enhanced Metalmorph or Metalmorph Trap from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So that's not the hard once per turn effect. That's just straight up not once per turn Rhoda. Okay, I thought we were past getting non-once per turn Rhodas in modern day, but okay. Second effect, if you control a Metalmorph Trap, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target an opponent's defense position monster, change it to attack position. That's the hard once per turn effect, is changing stuff to attack position? You're crazy. Okay. Yeah, that's not super relevant. I mean, maybe there's something where, like, you really boost your monster's attack really high, so switching something to attack position and then being able to kill them for game, basically, could be pretty good. But I'm more worried about this being a non-once per turn Rhoda that searches all of these guys, which is pretty good, it seems like. All right, let's get into these. Let's hit real quick. That one, so this is the only Metalmorph trap. Other than that, it's the old ones. Wow. Okay, so all of these cards just search this card, and Nothing else. I mean, this does add... No, this just adds a monster. That's insane. Alright. Okay, this card is Enhanced Metalmorph. This is the guy. This needs to be really good. Normal trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Activate this card by tributing one face-up monster as cost. Special summon one monster that cannot be normal summoned or set and mentions Enhanced Metalmorph from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then you can equip this card to it as an equip card with this effect. The equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot target it with monster and spell effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by monster and spell effects. Okay, so this doesn't wow me, right? This is pretty simple, right? Tribute a monster. You're tributing a level 5 or higher fiend or a level 5 or higher fiend or a level 5 or higher dragon to summon one of those two boss monsters from the beginning. It doesn't add anything really to their effects, but it does give them some decent bonus effects in a 400 boost, which is kind of relevant. I mean, these guys are already pretty big, but now this guy goes to 34 and this guy goes to 38. He's already now negate. He's like a double ghost ogre-ish card. And then they also can't be targeted or destroyed by monster and spell effects, which is pretty good because that's most of the effects you need to worry about. I wouldn't worry too much about trap. I mean, I guess you could be impermed, but that's really the only like super annoying thing there. This card's not wowing me, to be honest. Considering the whole archetype is based around just setting this card, I'm not too impressed with this. But yeah. I do appreciate though that this spell and this guy is a 1-card boss monster, right? Because this just gets him, or you just hard open him. You normal him, you get your rare Metalmorph. You turn him into either a dragon or a fiend, so that he's either, and then you just tribute to go into them, and they're untargetable, indestructible, omnigate, or a double ghost ogre. There's something there. You can only activate one of this card per turn, which is also kind of brutal. Like, you have like 12, actually you have 15 cards in your main deck that can basically just search this card, but it doesn't matter because it's a hard once per turn. Unless there's a really good old metal... Oh, okay, hold on, here we go. All right, Time Engine. All I did was read the name before, but I didn't realize this also counts as a Metalmorph card. So this is different. This is searchable. A normal trap card. This card is always treated as a Metalmorph card. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, target one of them, special summon it. Then if it's a level 5 or higher machine monster, and you have another Metalmorph trap on your field or in your graveyard, destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then you can inflict damage to them equal to the summoned monster's original attack. This is the worst card in the support. This is pretty terrible. You need a monster you control to be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card. You can't even destroy it yourself to trigger this. And you're always setting this, so your opponent knows you have it. They can read this card and go, oh, I'll just not destroy their stuff. I'll go SP and banish it. I'll spin it with unicorn, whatever type of removal their deck has. They probably have something that's not destruction based, so why would they give you this effect to resolve? Yeah, I'm not too impressed here. Honestly, I thought we may have been leading to something really interesting. If the trap was crazy or one of them was crazy, I may have been in, right? Because if they're just that good, you have a whole engine that just gets you those. The whole engine just gets you these Metalmorph cards, but the problem is card's not good enough. Just downright not good enough. Also, like, these guys are not starters, right? Like, I thought these guys were kind of cool because they had the effect to get you a Metalmorph card from deck, but they just get you the Metalmorph. The Metalmorph still needs a level 5 or higher dragon / fiend to get these guys out, which these guys do nothing to get you that. So you still have to open a way to put a fiend or a dragon on field with them. That really makes it feel underwhelming to me. This is anime support. Like, there's a good amount of searchability here. There's a lot of consistency here. I just don't think the power's here. It's just not here overall. So I'm out for now. I'll read up on some Metalmorph cards after this, and if anything's crazy that I just for some reason don't realize, we can look at that. But all in all, this support's pretty weak. I'm a little disappointed in this one, especially since we've been on a pretty good roll. I think the normal monster support's pretty interesting. I think the Six Samurai stuff is pretty interesting. But then we come into this, and it's a little underwhelming, to be honest. So We'll see. Hopefully we get one or two more reveals tomorrow or Friday, and hopefully see something else cool, a little bit better than this, I hope. If you're a big anime fan, if you're a Bandit Keith fan, this is cool for you. On a more casual level, I just don't see this as an actual competitive engine at all, really. So those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts down below here. Do you think there's a little more potential than I'm giving it credit here? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on that. Just if you think there is something here worth trying to, you know, salvage up and try and make into something interesting. But I just don't see it right now. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Peace.